Time to blow stuff up!
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Black Mamba Storm Pioneer. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up top here, we have a nice, large piece of artwork here of Storm Pioneer, aka Brawl. Storm Pioneer. On this side of the box, we have Storm Pioneer. On the other side of the box, we have Tank Mode. On top, things and stuff. On the bottom, stuff and things. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. You open up the front flap here. You got more pictures, windows, things, stuff, names, hooray. And that's basically it for the packaging. Then moving right along here, we have Storm Pioneer, which is an upscaled knockoff of the Studio Series Brawl, with some modifications, some improvements here and there. And here he is in his tank mode, and let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You can see his front sections here, done in a nice silver. Got the big old cannons. Look at all those guns. You do have a lot of guns, a lot of weaponry going on. Just like the original toy, here's weapons store right up top. You can see the blades and all the guns painted in that nice silver. Kind of a black fading effect here on the barrels, which looks quite nice. Got some more guns, and overall some nice detail going on. You can see the treads there. The treads do have some paint as well. And move to the back. Ooh, that came on tab. There we go. The back section there. And yeah, there's the top. There is the bottom. He does have the rolling wheels, so he does roll. He rolls loudly, as killing things should. And there you have that. And for comparison, here it is with the original Movie 1 Leader Class Brawl. You can see it is a bit larger than Leader Brawl. Here it is with Masterpiece Movie Optimus Prime. And here it is with the original Studio Series Brawl. Just so you can see just how much they upscaled this figure. So, there you go. Now, as far as, articulation goes, in tank mode, you do get some bits that move. These front bits are on ball joints. You can angle those however you want, rotate them, do what you want there. The turret itself can rotate, can do a full 360 if you need it to. This upper turret right here can also rotate if you want. These back weapons right here are on a double ball joint. You can move them up and just kind of angle those however you want. Pretty much have them pointing in any direction you wish. So, yeah. You do get a little bit of posability in tank mode, but yeah. That is basically it for the tank mode, so let's get down to transformation, shall we? It's a drifting tank. So first thing we need to do is we need to remove the weapons. Just unpeg them from the top, like so. And we can begin. So, the first thing you want to do, first little step I like to do is just take these right here and just kind of bring them in like that. This kind of gets them out of the way for later. And what we need to do now is we need to take these sections here. You can see these sections tab in now. So you need to untab these sections here, pull that out, and bring that out to the side. And pull that out. And bring that out to the side. You can bring these all the way back, like so. And we can get started working on this section here. So what you're going to do with the legs, you do have some extra steps of transformation here in these bits. So what you do here is you're going to untab this section here. It's on a ball joint now. So you just take this, rotate this around, and you just kind of bring it back. And this socket that it's in does rotate as well, so you have to make sure you have this in the right orientation. You want with the opening kind of facing that way. So you can then bring this around like so. You can bring this back, and there is a port in this wheel here that you have to find. It's right there. And you just peg that on like so. So that's how you want that. Now this panel here just flips in. This section here, as you can see, there's a spring here. You want to bring it up and fold it in. And when you're going back into tank mode, you just bring this out. It'll just kind of pop itself into place. So bring that up, and that will just tab in right in here, like so. And there you have that side done. Second vase is just like the first. So we're going to unpick this section here. Make sure we have everything here situated properly, which we don't. Rotate that ball socket around so it's facing the right way. There we go. I think we got it. No, we don't got it. Kind of helps you can rotate it from here as well. There we go. That should do the trick. Nope. Nope. Still not in the right place. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. And then we have to find the little port in the wheel, which is right there. Plug that in. If it hasn't done so on its own already, you just flip that in, bring that up, tap that in, and there you go. And we're done with the legs for now. We just want to get all that stuff out of the way. We'll just leave that tapped together for now. And now what we can do is we can kind of start working on the front part of the body here. So let me get myself situated. All right. So you're just going to take this section here and bring this down. Take these, bring these down. You want to kind of bring these out to the side, and these do compress in. Bring that around, turn it outward, compress that in. And then you take this front section here, bring that down like so. And we're going to leave this alone for now. We're going to take this whole turret assembly here, and you want to rotate this black panel here. Everything goes with it, and you rotate all of that around like so. At this point now that that's out of the way, we can now split the legs and rotate them, bring the feet down. There's a little spike here that you can flip up. This little tab here does also flip up as well. So bring the foot down, bring up this little spike. And there we go. Now we have something for him to stand on. Hooray for standing. So, actually, we don't need him standing right now. We still need him kind of laying down on his belly. Get in my belly. All right. Because now we have to work on the turret here. So, what we're going to do here is you want to unpeg this section here. It pegs in two places. You have a peg that goes up in here and also a peg that goes in here. And this one is the more stiff of the two. Go. There we go. Just undo that. Bring that back. Kind of rotate that to the side. This section here kind of hooks over this section right up in here. As you can see, so just bring that up, and that will free up that arm. So you just bring the arm out. This section here will rotate around like so. Bring the arm the rest of the way out. Rotate it down, and that's pretty much good to go. And we do the same thing on the other side. Kind of bring that over, so it's out of the way. Unpeg that section, unpeg this section, bring that up, flip out the arm, rotate this section around. What we're going to do here with this is this will come back, and this will flip up like so. And this rotates, so you can kind of angle it however you want. Just bring the arm the rest of the way out, rotate it down, and voila. So now we can get him standing up, and we can kind of finish things off here. So now we take these tread sections, just bring them back. The shoulders will tab in. You can angle that, tread in like so. Bring that back, tab that in, angle that in. Come down here to this section with the head, and we just open this up, flip the head out, bring all of this up. That will tab in right up in there, like so. These sections here have tabs on them now, and there's a slot right there, so you can bring these up, and these will tab into his chest now. Just tab it in, tab it in. These little bits here, you can flip up, like so. And we're pretty much at the home stretch here. We'll just open up his hands, open up his hands. And what we're going to do here is, first I need to bring the camera up so you can see what I'm doing. Bring it up. These little panels here are going to flip in like so. You can take these sections and bring them up. Bring them up. Take these and just rotate them so they're over his shoulders like so. And all this will just come down and tab in right there. And I think we're done. Are we done? I think we're done. I hope we're done. Woo, we're done. And there you go. There you have Storm Pioneer, aka Brawl, in his robot mode. And he looks quite good in my opinion. Not too shabby, not too shabby. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at that head sculpt. You can see, nicely done. Nice silver on the face there. Kind of a bronze color going on in there as well. Got some nice silver on the chest. Some more of that kind of goldish, bronzish color going on. You get some red in there as well. Get some more silver there on the forearms. Some more of that goldy, bronzy color going on there on the legs, as well as that silver. Got some nice spikes going on there now, and these are kind of pointy, so be careful with those. Don't stick yourself with them. There's big old feet. And move up the back. You can see all this kind of compresses up a bit more than the original version of the toy did. And the backpack was the typical turret backpack that he's always had. Oh no, looks pretty good. And now articulation wise, the head can rotate. You don't get really any wiggle waggle. I think that's just incidental wiggle waggle, but not intentional wiggle waggle. But the head can rotate, can do a full 360. It rotates pretty much as you need it to anyway. Up and down again, there's a little bit of wiggle, but doesn't really hold. The arms can rotate, they can do a full 360. They can move in and out. One thing that is a little bit annoying is that since now these panels that were originally on his forearms in the original version, they moved up to his shoulders, and now they kind of bump into this here. Granted, if it bugs you that much, you can always just leave these down, so they're just never in the way. So that's the case of just, hey, your toy, display it however you wish. You do also have, there's one thing that bugs me about this toy, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. Moving down the arms, we do have bicep rotation. You do have sideways movement there if you need it. The elbow joint proper, you get about 90 degrees of bend there. You do have wrist rotation. His little claws can open and close, as well as his thumb. You do have waist rotation. Legs can move forward that far on a ratchet, back that far, outward. You can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation. You have slightly under 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. And the feet, they can move up, move down, and you do have ankle tiltage. Now, one thing that bugs me about this figure is that, if you remember, on the original toy, his feet actually tabbed in to this section here. And it's funny because the slot is still there for it, but the tab's not there anymore. His feet would tab in to that section there, and that would keep him pretty much dead solid. Granted, he didn't have any foot movement, but it kept them solid. The thing about this figure, since it doesn't have that locking point anymore, this hinge is a little looser than I would like. So sometimes when I'm trying to, get him situated, like the feet will just kind of go, and he'll just fall forward. So maybe putting ratchets or just making that joint a little tighter. It could just be mine anyway, that's a little loose, but you know. I mean, I can still get him to stand just fine, but just when you're trying to like reposition him or move him around, like his toes will just kind of like move up and burp. So that's one thing that's a little annoying. But hey, it is what it is. So that's an improvement they made, but it's kind of a double-edged sword at the same time. So, you know. But hey, like I said, it is what it is. But there you have that. And of course we can give him his weapons here, and they just plug in to his forms, like so, and like so. There you go. Now he's all armed up and ready for battle. And another thing you can do if you want is this cannon right here. You can bring this down, and this does rotate on a hinge here. So if you want to have this kind of, you know, hanging down like that, give him like an extra arm cannon, you can totally do that. Hey, all things you can do if you want to do it. Me personally, I just kind of leave it folded up, just kind of keep it out of the way. But as always, your toy, display it however you wish. And as you can see, again, his feet, stay down please, stay down please. There you go. But as always, you have options, and as always, options are good. And the last thing to show off is the light up feature. We turn his head around, you can see there's a button right here on the back of his head. The batteries apparently are going to come already installed, because he did have this little pull tab here in the back of his head that you pull out. And the light up feature is good to go and ready to use. So seems like you won't have to worry about the batteries until it's time to change them. So I haven't bothered to open it up to see what kind of batteries it takes, because if they're already in there, I don't have to worry about it until it's time to change them. So there you go. So if you just push the button, whoop, his eyes light up a nice bright red, and that looks quite good. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with the original Movie 1 Leader Class Brawl. Here he is with the original Studio Series Brawl. And you can see, again, the difference there in size and the difference in engineering here. Again, you have these panels on the forearms, which are now on the shoulders. You can see the legs clean up a lot better on this version with those extra steps in the transformation. It's much cleaner legs. You know, the turret is no longer hanging in between his legs now. It's now behind his shoulder. Foot spikes, paint deco. As you can see, there are similarities, but there are also quite a bit of differences there. And here he is with Masterpiece Movie Optimus Prime. It's my knockoff version, but it's the exact same figure, exact same size. And now let's see if we can get a good-looking family portrait going on here. We're going to try. These are a bunch of big figures. Don't know if I can get them all in frame. Masterpiece Movie Megatron. Got Uncle Barry. The Black Mamba. Blackout. We're not going to be able to get all these in the shot. The Black Mamba Starscream. The Dream Factory Bone Crusher, which completely covers Blackout now. Hey, it's not. This is just not possible. You're not going to be able to see everybody, but they're there. I swear, they're there. And that's because the old deluxe Scorponok. There you go. We got a family portrait of sorts. You know. Hey, man, if we do this. Can we do this? Does this matter? Does this matter? Not really. Still can't see Blackout. There's Blackout. There's Bone Crusher. There you go. Family portrait. That's the best I can do. So, there you go. So there you have a Storm Pioneer. You know, it's a knockoff, but it's a very nicely done knockoff. I do like the improvements they made to the mold. It does clean them up a bit better. The only real issue I have with my copy anyway, it could just be my copy, I have no idea, but the only issue I have with my copy is just the hinge on the foot is a little looser than I would like, so when you're trying to just kind of position him, you know, just kind of move him around, his feet will kind of flip out from under him. But other than that, everything is pretty solid. Quality-wise, everything on this figure feels pretty good. Nothing feels fragile, nothing feels flimsy. it's a pretty solid figure. Very nicely done, in my opinion. So, there you go. Now, I picked this up from Sir Toys. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below, so you can check that out. For all your other Transformers needs, you can check out BigBadToyStore.com, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. You can also check out my knockoff Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Black Mamba Storm Pioneer, and this is EmGo's saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, boom in your face. Alright, Brawl, I need you to do some reconnaissance, and don't, I repeat, don't blow anything up. Are you serious? Nah, I'm just kidding, you can blow stuff up. I like to toy with them every now and then.